I think we can kick off. I want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody, the oldies and the newies, as we move into the generation 2 of the
time crystal
device, and a couple of information on exactly what this time crystal does. So for those of you who want to catch up quickly, you can go to the Jane Mackenzie YouTube, and there's a load of information there. You can also go to the 365 Healthy by Choice website and type in time crystal, and you'll go to the landing page where there's loads of information and training by Daisy Rita and myself. So you can fast track, but we are also taking the training to the next level. And we've got some good, something very special to share with you a little bit later. We want to be sharing also some the case studies and feedback. So without further ado, I would like to really warmly welcome Professor Desiree Dubonnet, all the way from the States, and Rita Nemere, all the way from Hungary, Budapest. So, and our beautiful international audience. Daisy, over to you. Thank you.
So I have been under detention getting to America for the last month. Here I am in Baltimore now. All the cases have been dropped against me. Very, very interesting. So here I am, free person, Desiree Dubonnet in America. It's been a hard fight. The struggle that we have for freedom, the struggle against tyranny. I made the movie Sworn on the Altar, where Thomas Jefferson says his favorite quote, and inside the Jefferson Memorial, it's written on the top in great big letters. I have sworn on the altar of God to oppose any tyranny over the minds of men. And I basically feel the same way. And I made my first movie about that because I stood up against the FDA and stood up against the drug companies to try to tell people that natural medicine, that we need to, instead of worshiping this synthetic, these dead things, we need to worship life and treasure life and get to natural medicine. Well, as I've been working through this for years and years, I started studying into quantum physics, etc., and finding out that Einstein had a perspective of time. That time is not like a river flowing from past to future and through present, but more of an ocean where everything is kind of happening. And what we think of past and we think of future, and then we talk about the now. And as soon as I said that, the now became part of the past. We talk about the future, our hopes, our desires, and we talk about our experiences and memories of the past. But all of that, really, that now that seems like it's an infinitesimal now, really is kind of a broad little thing if we start to use our minds and reflect on it. The now is not so definitive now. There's a larger type of now. There's a now that we can actually affect our future. And we all know that. We can think about how we can affect our future. We need to eat lunch so that we can have energy. We need to drink water. We need to obey the natural rules or we're going to get disease. And also, there's a past, but now through retrocausality, which has come up in quantum physics, an idea that actually things that we do in the now can affect the past, called retrocausality. And scientists have been able to prove this. Now, if I've given you a link to all of the different studies and all of the different videos that I've created on this, so you can learn about all these things. It's hours and hours and hours. I think altogether it's over 20 hours of talking about premonitions, proof that premonitions exist. People can develop premonitions of the future. It's been shown that when there's major accidents happening on railways or airplanes, that an overwhelming significant group of people didn't get on that plane or that train that day. Something stopped them. a premonition stopped them, a little voice. Could that voice have been from a part of your past or from the future? In other words, somebody said that he didn't go to 9/11. He didn't get on that plane. Something told him not to get on that plane. Well, could it have been that actually in the future he had this and he sent a message back to his past self? Time, like an ocean where everything is happening at the same time, and it only appears like a river because there's a current. Well, could it be that we have the ability to affect our past and our future? So I started studying all this and broadening my ideas of time and space and all this, recognizing that our universe is infinite, infinitesimal and infinite, infinity to the power of infinity, I call it, the size of the universe. And we also have to broaden it to the fourth dimension of time. So all of this started coming along. And then here I found that there was a time crystal now that has been discovered. Very exciting thing. That we always thought that that matter was organized as either a gas like the air, or a liquid like the coffee, or a solid like the computer. Okay. Now we know that there's another type of matter, a time crystal. Certain things certain chemicals can form when they're excited in a certain way, a certain electrical excitement. They can form a crystal that changes in time. It's no longer a stagnant crystal. Like if I take this, here I have some Tabasco, here's a glass. See this glass crystal? It's stagnant. Doesn't change shape. It's a crystal, just glass. It's kind of a crystal that actually deforms a little bit. It's a kind of a liquid crystal, but right now it's crystal. Now this time crystal is a certain thing that actually changes its crystalline shape periodically, very, very rapidly, but periodically. And the energy that makes it change comes from the universe. In other words, using this, it comes from the universe. Now, I recognized that if I could harness that energy in the time crystal, I could make a virtual infinite battery. A battery, which right now our calculations might run out in 300-400 years. So I could make a time crystal battery. A battery that was powered by something independent of time as we think of it. This time crystal this time crystal battery would have an essence of it that is not in our normal perception of time, past, present, future. So then if I utilize that to make an energy into a scalar, a sustained scalar field. In other words, a scalar field that was going to be sustained. If I could play that through a type of new style of orgonite, you've heard of orgone medicine, I may make an orgone generator, scalar field orgone generator, that would, because a scalar field, we talk about normal fields that have high and lows, alternating current, north and south, and these type of things. But a scalar field has no hertz. You take this energy and you add it to an equal but opposite energy, the two cancel out, and you get a field, a scalar field, that does not have the same type of time sequence. There's a timelessness to it. The energy is there and it extends into other dimensions of time and space. So if I made a sustained scalar field that would have a timeless capacity, and powered it with a time crystal battery that would have a variant period of time, would I be able to make something that you people could wear? And number one, it would increase your health, because we know that the scalar field helps to have an organizing principle. So thereby your fight for life would be gradually increased. You could be more resistant to disease, more resistant to aberrant thoughts. You could have, it has a stabilizing effect on the human biology. But then, could it increase your premonition ability? Could it increase your ability to see the future? Could it increase your ability to affect the past? And now we start to find out, yes, it's true. So I built this time crystal pendant. And it's very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. They took mine away. I haven't got my new one. I've been needing it for a month. And my thoughts aren't completely all like they used to be, because I had a much more clear thinking when I had my pendant. I'm waiting for my new one. We've designed a new one now, which is increased in its ability. We've added some very, very exciting bio-orgone components to the orgone field to increase its action. We've increased the scalar action, and we've increased the time crystal battery effect. So it's a step up from the version 1. This is version 2. And then now version 2 is going to be water resistant. You should not leave it in the tub overnight, but for you to take a shower in it, no problem. You don't want to get it exposed to too much water. If you're going to be deep sea diving, I don't recommend that you wear it. Okay. But you could wear it during a brief swim. Okay. It's definitely splash resistant. Okay. And it's going to be much more stable. Is it waterproof to 9 meters? I don't think so. Okay. So be careful. But this new pendant, we've used a different type of material, a stainless steel type material, which increases the electromagnetic effect. Powering our time crystal batteries are some biomagnets that have a very strong attraction. So this biomagnetic source is making a field. It's making an electrical field, a scalar field, that is sustained for years and years and years, 300 years or so, to help surround the body. And since it's a scalar field, it will basically go to the ends of the room that you're in. It will maybe penetrate into other rooms, but it's going to be mostly focused in the room that you're in, which is why in a garden it has a much bigger effect. If you're interested in getting more of them for the house, then that's a great idea. But this will create a sustained scalar field, which will help your biology to maximize so that you have more power, more focus. The body energy will be more designed to resist disease, to fight for life, and resist death. So I put this together, and they have this new pendant, and it's very, very exciting work. We've had all kinds of different stories, and we've been able to tell. One boxer friend of mine told me that when he wears this, he can see where the punch is coming from. He has that premonition. He kind of knows what the guy's going to do before he does it. Very interesting. So we've had a couple other people tell us very, very similar stories. Very, very nice. I think that you're going to love it. And basically, it's on at a reduced price now. You should take advantage. And this is something that will grow, and it will be the part of our machine technology in the very near future. So I'm going to turn this over to you, Jane. I would tell people if they want to know more. There's a host of the videos. I go through the whole science, and I'm working on a journal publication about this. And if you have questions, you can get to Jane. Jane will know how to get to me. I'm at Skype at desire.dubonnet. You can write to me. And basically, I wish to hear from you. But I do have some more work to do here in Baltimore. So I'm going to have to beg off for the rest of the day. Any last questions? Right. Anybody writing to me?
Desi, thank you so much. We've just got greetings from around the world and so on. Thank you very much for the brief introduction. I think you've really whet everybody's appetite. And just to confirm personally,
you got to try this thing. It's so cool.
Yes, and it's really, really. I mean, Desi's a pioneer. It's really, really, really leading edge It's a 24/7,
It will.
scalar wave.
The first couple of days, you will get more dreams, and you might seem a little scary at first because all of a sudden your brain is going to be open up to a conception of time, unconsciously open up to a conception of time, where you're going to see more of the future and feel more of the past, and etc. So some people that could be scary. You don't have to wear it all the time. You could take it on and off if it's too much for you. I don't sleep with it on because it's too much for me. I always take it off at night and I leave it on the bedstand. But everybody just be cautious. But within a week or two, it'll come across, and your whole life will be a little different. You'll be a little more aware. You'll start to see. You'll hear voices from your future giving you more warnings, telling you things, and you'll be able to even affect some of those past things. Get rid of them. Change them. It's amazing. You can do this. Okay, I'm going to sign off.
So important. I'll take over. Thank you for your time, Desi. We look forward to meeting you next week again into the next level of our training. Thank you for affording the time for everybody. And I hope everybody's really enjoyed listening to Desi. Desi,
I will get my passport, Jane, just one more thing, and I will be able to travel to Africa if you people want to pull together a seminar. So let me know. Okay.
Africa, China, what do they say? Desi, there's one question. Oh, she's gone. No problem. Okay, everybody. Now it's over to us. So we are dealing with a virtual infinite battery, which Desi explained to us, and it's called a piezoelectric crystal. And the crystal goes in between two magnetic plates, and that's what makes it able to be a virtual battery. And this is now we are working in real time. So things that are happening on real time along our life's continuum, with the past and the future very much part of our holistic space. And as Desi said as well, you dip into the past, connect the dots, cross the T's, clean out, forget, surrender, leave those emotions behind. You dip into the future, you get snapshots of your future, you come back to the present. And I'm going to be giving you some case studies in a moment and feedback from people. So if we can visualize, we live in our life as a continuum with our various lives and so on. And it's all happening holistically, interdimensionally. And we are dipping in and out of the dimensions anyway. It's not totally visible to us. We're not totally aware of it. Sometimes we do. This time crystal heightens the awareness to everything that we know. And it's working with us. And what Desi was referring to, it's from the universal field, the morphogenic field, which is scalar wave. So we're going to be talking more in depth about what a scalar wave is next week. But for the purposes of our introduction, a scalar wave is not a linear wave. It's a scalar wave, which is our normal self. So the trees, ourselves, the animals, plants, etc., are all operating in a scalar wave. And this device gives us a 24/7 sustained scalar wave. So it will reach to the outskirts of a room, for example, and any plants or animals or other people in that room will also benefit from the effect of enhanced potentiated scalar wave, which is healing. So I have one in each of my treatment rooms at the center, and personally as well, obviously, wear mine. I don't have a problem. I wear mine 24/7. I'd rather just not wear mine, rather wear it 24/7 than not wear it. And anyway, so the back of the new version, I think you can see from there, each one is individually engraved with a registration number which belongs to you. And, we're doing that, so that's going to prevent anyone trying to copy with a fake kind of a device. Right now, nobody's anywhere close to this. So if you do read anything about a time crystal, because of the pioneer nature of Professor Desiree Dubonnet, we are streets ahead of anyone. Okay, so be that as it may, not many people exactly know what a time crystal is, never mind a scalar wave. So from personal experience, this timelessness is, I think, the biggest game changer, because you find yourself almost suspended in orbit as opposed to rooted in the ground and crystallized. So it's more of a very safe, protected orbit that you start operating in. And on a personal level, it's just like a rocket. You just then take off. And so some of the people, this is a very good case study because I've got a doctor psychologist who, would know about all this. And she purchased her time crystal, and she came to me and she said to me, Jan, I need to share with you my dreams. The dreams are vivid. And she said that I went into the future. I saw my future clinic. I saw who I was going to be working with, what it looked like, and I've come back and I'm starting to manifest. At the same time, we use our quantum devices to validate and verify people's hormone levels, radiation levels. And I'd run her prior to her purchasing the quantum device and time crystal. And then this was her follow-up. And I was absolutely shattered because hormonal levels, adrenaline levels, cortisol levels, inflammation levels, radiation levels had all dropped significantly. And we've presented on this information before, and I will actually show you next week the actual validated figures from shifting from A to B. So significant drops in somebody who is actually, has a doctorate in psychology, I think is quite significant because she had really so much to share. And she went on and on and on about it. As Daisy said, the first 2 weeks can be a bit wobbly as your scalar wave starts normalizing for you and throwing off aberrant thoughts, throwing off toxins, emotions that shouldn't be there anymore. So it can be a bit of a wobble. You can always take it off and put it next to your bed and put it on again when you feel it's fine. For me, I just go straight forward. I was happy to be restructuring myself and my cells, and feedback from people. I've just done so many things I would never have done. Like, I've adorned my home to a much higher vibrational level. It wouldn't have occurred to me. We opened a beautiful oxygen drip clinic, which would not have occurred to me. It would not have happened. And I'm just finding also people are coming to me and saying, hey, you're much calmer. And I think that my sort of reliance on time as we know it has fallen away a bit. And I'm rather more in the fluid situation, in timelessness, as Desi was saying. Other things people will comment on are like, for example, jet lag. So I've got a few people who bought the time crystal too and wearers of the device and reporting, the whole family was flattened by the jet lag and they were perfect. So, it's definitely, shielding us from these, sort of untoward fields. And, as I said, we're happy to say that, the bio-orgone component, just to recap what Daisy was saying, the actual crystal, the time crystal, is bedded in hard, solid orgone material. So she's upgraded that. So that is what she's saying now, and before too, is that the splash resistant, if it does get wet, it's fine. What will happen, you see this beautiful gold and silver flakes. They are decorative. So if you do ever get it wet and they do dull a little bit, don't worry about it. There's nothing's not working. You will know if it's not working. Daisy told you they took hers. So for a month, she hasn't had hers. And the new ones are being sent over. So that's the only thing, just to tell you all. And then, so it's increased scalar power, increased in the time crystal ability itself, increased in water resistance, and increased in the electromagnetic effect. So our body is an electromagnetic, we are electromagnetic beings, and we need minerals to support that, and we need the scalar wave. The minerals will then hold the scalar wave as well. So we've really potentiated the electromagnetic field, which means, I suppose, in very simple terms, the light bulb is shining brighter. So I find this just amazing protection on all levels. And what it's also helped me do is not sweat the small stuff anymore. You can see straight away what's relevant to you and what's not relevant to you. And I really find that very useful. Thinking more clearly, living more productively, making intelligent choices. Shall I go left or right? It guides you which one to take. So less perceived mistakes, less time wasting. So it really does catapult you into another level. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I see some people are not did not see the promotional code. So if you just go down, you will see it says, so the actual price is $545. That includes delivery anywhere around the world, just to tell you there. I don't know how to, let me just copy it and I'm going to repost it for you. The actual promotion. This is until Sunday, and this is special care of Desi. She's here we go. So that should be the latest post. Time Crystal 10. That's what you put in when you purchase yours. We do have bulk specials. We do have even, if you're wanting to buy 25 or 50 of devices, if you're a practitioner and you want to give, these to offer them to your clients, your patients, you can also buy even more. So contact me directly if you want to have a consultation as well regarding, the crystal health issue that you might have. Or also inbox me. I can put my WhatsApp on. Just checking that it's correct, right? So you can also inbox me or WhatsApp text me on that number, and we can book a time as well to go through something individual on a health level, emotional level, spiritual level, neurological level. But for those of you who've got the devices, I know that you've just forward to just a seamless operating electromagnetic field, put it that way. Any questions from anyone? Steve, I think we will talk about your question next week if you don't mind. Desi disappeared a little bit quickly to answer that. But this is like, what can I say? It's like charging your cell phone, but permanently. The battery doesn't die. You have a supercharged cell phone on a higher level. You've gone from sort of Apple 12 to Apple 120, in one go, if I could say it like that. So, yeah, stainless steel, and it's what we need now more than ever. People are really ill, and I'm sure the practitioners in the group, and even if the people individually who are listening as well, people are really ill. It's as simple as that. And sure, they really are looking for answers. So from a radiation point of view, when we did the validated results with our quantum software, we were shown considerable reductions in the effects of radiation. So that means, in simple terms, less clotting of the blood, less damage to the human genome, and overall less toxicity within the body, less nuked, put it that way. So more wholesome cell division and a higher immunity. And to top it all then with more clearer thinking patterns and less attention given to emotions that don't serve us anymore. We work it through. It gets worked through. And as Desi will tell us, healing is nonverbal, actually. So it's all happening synchronistically with you. Okay, so that's about it. Yeah, so we're just getting the price there. I'm just going to have a look. Monique can see exactly on the website. It does fluctuate a little bit with exchange rates, but Monique, I'm just going to go and check on the website right now. Okay, so whatever the price is, you put your promotional code in and you'll get 10% off. Okay, so what we're going to do is each week now, at least for the next 4 weeks or so, we're going to be bringing you educational information on the time crystal and an opportunity to share your experiences and, where the time crystal has taken you. All right. I will be downloading this presentation and I will post it on all the various groups all over as soon as I can. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to discussing things further next week. And if you pick up any really juicy information on time crystal, send it through to that WhatsApp number too, and I'll share it. Okay. Bye. Thanks for coming in.